reading the Bible in original language, I think, has value. It's so fascinating, certainly fascinating to me when I read it. And more than that, when you read in original language, for example, in Hebrew and Greek, you find something valuable for your own self. Your devotion gets deeper, and I encourage people to go look in your Bible, in their Bibles, and see what the original language is, or what the original word for that certain word that you might be studying means. And you can do that in Logos, Blue Letter Bible. You have so many resources available now online for free. You don't even need to buy anything. But English translations are fine. They're great. In fact, they're great. But there's something about going in the original language and investigating and seeing if there's more than what the translators has translated. And every time I go look, I find some encouragement there. So I want to encourage that. For instance, look at this, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 4 and 5. There's a Shema. It says, "Listen, Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength." This is a great Shema that Israel recited. But look at this. There are three things given to us here. Love the Lord with all your heart. That the word heart means lev in Hebrew. And that's translated as fine. That's great. But the second word, with all your soul, that word soul is nepas. And in Hebrew Bible, it says nepaska. That means with your soul. Now that word nepas is translated soul here, but in Hebrew, it can mean as big as a living being. So as with all yourself, don't think this as an isolated word. Like my soul, as a trichotomist, you might think, oh yeah, I've got soul, spirit, and body, and I got to. No, it's like with your being, what you have, what you are, who you are. Love with that in that extent. And then that's the soul. It's like it's your beingness, if that's a word. It's your whole entirety of your whole existence. And then the third word translated here, strength, with all your strength. That word in Hebrew is ma'od. Ma'od means exceedingly, very much. Some Bible translate as might. But then if you look at it in its entirety, what it says, now love your Lord with all your heart, and then with all your living beingness, with all your creatureliness, and then finally, love exceedingly with everything you've got, with everything you've got. So you see a poetic progression here, like you are to love with your heart and with all your being, and then you're to love with everything you've got. So that's the kind of interesting thing about learning things in original languages. I hope this was encouraging to you today.